Purchasing a condominium in Thailand as a foreign national is a structured legal process, provided you follow the specific protocols required by Thai law. The acquisition involves three critical pillars: preparing your mandatory documentation, calculating your tax liabilities, and adhering to a strict international payment schedule. The primary barrier for most buyers is not the complexity of the sale, but rather understanding the specific ownership limits and financial regulations governing overseas funds. Adhering to this specific sequence prevents legal complications and ensures the property title is registered correctly under your name. Thai law dictates foreign nationals cannot own more than 49% of a condominium project's area, known as the foreign quota. As long as total foreign ownership in your building remains under that 49% cap, you can own a unit outright. Buyers must choose between two types of ownership: freehold and leasehold. Freehold provides a permanent transfer of rights, allowing you to own and eventually resell the property as you see fit. Leasehold ownership is significantly more restricted, capped at a maximum of 30 years. Because any extension is a private arrangement rather than a statutory right, you have no formal legal standing to the property once the 30-year term expires. Securing a freehold unit within the 49% foreign quota is the only way to ensure your ownership is permanent and legally protected for the long term. After selecting a unit, you must prepare your documentation. The requirements vary depending on whether you are purchasing the property as an individual or through a corporate entity. For an individual purchase, your file must contain your passport, relevant visa copies, and your marriage certificate. If you are married, you are also required to provide a formal letter of consent from your spouse. If you are purchasing through a foreign company, the process requires your company affidavit, shareholder certificates, and passport copies for all shareholders involved. Corporate buyers must also meet a specific financial threshold. The company's registered capital must exceed the selling price of the condominium. Gathering these specific documents in advance prevents delays when the developer prepares the final sales and purchase agreement. One of the most common obstacles for foreigners is that Thai banks do not provide available upfront, obtain a loan in your home country, or utilize specialty lenders like UOB or the MBK Group, which may offer up to 50% of the property value. The transaction involves a 2% transfer fee, which is divided equally between the buyer and the seller. As the buyer, your financial responsibility is limited to 1% of the total selling price. The seller is responsible for the remaining 1% transfer fee, along with a 3% withholding tax, a 3.3% specific business tax, and a 0.5% stamp duty. Verifying these figures ensures you are only paying your 1% share and are not inadvertently covering the seller's statutory tax obligations. The payment process follows a 20/80 schedule. It begins with an initial booking fee to reserve the unit. Following the booking, you have 7 to 14 days to transfer a 10% deposit directly to the developer's bank account. Within 30 days of your booking, the developer will issue the formal sales and purchase agreement for your signature. Once the agreement is signed, a second 10% payment is due, typically within 45 days of the initial booking. This completes the first 20% of the purchase price. The remaining 80% is not due until the property is completed and the ownership is ready to be transferred at the land office. To move these funds legally, you must obtain a Foreign Exchange Transaction Form, or FET. An FET is a document issued by a Thai bank confirming that your foreign currency was transferred into the country and converted into Thai baht. Strictly following this payment timeline and securing your FET form ensures your transaction complies with the Bank of Thailand's regulations for property acquisition. The final administrative step is the official transfer of ownership at the local land office. You do not have to attend this meeting in person. By signing a power of attorney, your selling agent can execute the transfer on your behalf. Delegating this task to the agent eliminates the need for independent legal counsel, as the developer and agent coordinate the final registration as part of the standard purchasing process. Once the final payment is confirmed by the land office official, you receive the officially endorsed title deed in exchange for your funds. You have now navigated the necessary sequence: securing your financing, preparing the required documentation, and executing the 20/80 payment timeline. By satisfying the 49% quota and securing your foreign exchange transaction form, you achieve a permanent and legally protected freehold title in Thailand. With your ownership secured, you may wish to explore long-term residency. Our next guide covers visa by investment options, detailing how your new property can help facilitate your stay in the country.